The world is a chessboard, and every move you make or fail to make reveals whether you're a pawn, a knight, or a king. Niccolo Machiavelli, the Renaissance master of power, didn't see life as a game of chance. He saw it as a battlefield of perception, where leverage, not morality, decides who rules and who serves. There are three types of people: predators, who seize control; prey, who are consumed by it; and those who blend into the shadows, observing, calculating, choosing their moment to strike or vanish. If you carry certain weaknesses, subtle, insidious flaws, you're not just vulnerable, you're a beacon for manipulators, a marked target in a game you didn't even know you were playing. These weaknesses don't announce themselves as flaws, they disguise themselves as virtues: kindness, openness, the pursuit of harmony. But to a Machiavellian mind, they're signals screaming, this person is pliable, this person won't resist, this person is prey. Today, we're dissecting the three fatal weaknesses that draw vultures to your emotional carcass: the need to be understood, the fear of being seen as bad, and the addiction to peace. We'll uncover how they betray you, how they invite manipulation, and how to rip them out by the roots to become untouchable, a force others can't predict, control, or ignore. This isn't about being liked or admired. It's about becoming a presence that reshapes the room without raising your voice. Stay until the end, because the final truth will arm you with a weapon sharper than words: silence that commands empires. Let's step into the shadows and begin. 1. The need to be understood. Most people are addicted to being understood. They want their intentions, their feelings, their truth to be seen, heard, validated. They believe that if they can just explain themselves clearly enough, pour out their heart, justify their choices, others will respect them, trust them, value them. But Machiavelli, the cold strategist of The Prince, saw this for what it is: a fatal crack in your armor. Every explanation you offer is an admission that your worth is negotiable, that your truth needs a jury, that your existence depends on someone else's approval. When you chase understanding, you hand manipulators a leash. They'll dangle validation just out of reach, knowing you'll chase it, beg for it, spill your soul to get it. Every word you offer, every "I didn't mean it that way," every "let me clarify," is a map to your emotional core, a blueprint for control. Picture this: you're at a team meeting, presenting a bold idea. A colleague misinterprets your intent, saying, "That sounds risky." Your instinct kicks in, you rush to explain, No, I meant it as a long-term strategy," or "I'm just trying to help the team." You think you're building bridges, but you're signaling weakness. You're begging for their agreement, their nod, their acceptance. Machiavelli wrote, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see you, but few can touch you." Power isn't in being understood, it's in being mysterious, unreadable, untouchable. The moment you stop explaining, you stop bleeding. Consider a modern example: social media. You post something bold, a strong opinion, a creative project, and someone comments, "I don't get it." The average person dives in, typing paragraphs to justify their post, desperate to be seen as right. A Machiavellian doesn't. They reply with a single line: "Interesting take," or nothing at all. They let the critics stew, let the crowd wonder. Why? Because silence creates tension, and tension creates power. Historically, figures like Cesare Borgia, Machiavelli's model in The Prince, thrived on this. Borgia didn't explain his ruthless moves, he let his actions and his silence speak, leaving allies and enemies alike guessing his next step. The fix: never explain yourself. Let your presence be your argument. Don't correct misunderstandings, let them fester. Speak less, observe more, give others space to expose their own motives. If a friend questions your decision to skip an event, don't justify with, "I'm just busy." Say, "I had other priorities," and pause. Let them fill the void with their assumptions. In a negotiation, if someone challenges your stance, don't defend, ask, "Why does that concern you?" Flip the dynamic. When you stop seeking understanding, people start seeking to understand you. That shift is the first step to becoming a predator, not prey. 2. The fear of being seen as bad. Fear of being seen as bad, rude, selfish, arrogant, cruel as a chain society forged around you from childhood. Be nice, be polite, don't upset anyone. Don't say no too firmly. Don't stand out too much. This fear of social rejection is one of the most exploited weaknesses in human nature. And Machiavelli knew it. People don't act out of reason, they act out of fear. If someone senses you're terrified of being called mean, they can guilt you, shame you, control you with a single raised eyebrow or a muttered, "That's not very nice." If you flinch, if you soften, if you backpedal, you're theirs. Imagine a family gathering. Your cousin asks to borrow money again. You say no, but they push. "Wow, I thought you cared about family." Most people crumble, apologizing, offering excuses, or worse, giving in. That's the fear of being seen as bad at work. It's why you say yes to extra tasks you can't handle. Why you soften your tone to sound approachable. Why you hide your ambition to avoid seeming arrogant. But Machiavelli taught, it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. The powerful don't need universal approval, they tolerate being the villain. They can be called cold and stay calm because their self-worth doesn't hinge on others' opinions. Look at history. Cleopatra, a master of power, wasn't loved by all. She was feared, revered, and often despised. Yet she wielded influence by embracing her image as a calculated enigma, not by begging for approval. In today's world, think of a CEO who makes tough calls, layoffs, restructuring without apologizing. They're called ruthless, but they're respected because they don't flinch. The fix: build tolerance for being disliked. Let people call you selfish, cold, or ruthless, and respond with indifference. If a co-worker says, "That was harsh," don't justify, say, "It was necessary," or nothing at all. On social media, if someone labels you insensitive, don't engage. Let their accusation hang unanswered. When you stop chasing approval, the dynamic reverses. They chase your validation. You become dangerous not because you're cruel, but because their judgment can't touch you. 3. The addiction to peace. Most people worship peace. No tension, no conflict, no risk. They want life to be smooth, predictable, comfortable. They avoid arguments, swallow slights, smile through disrespect, all to keep the waters calm. But Machiavelli saw peace as a trap, an illusion sold to keep you docile. History's greatest shifts, revolutions, empires, power grabs were born from chaos, not harmony. The addiction to peace makes you soft, passive, over-accommodating. You dodge hard conversations, tolerate microaggressions, say it's fine when it's not. You're not preserving peace, you're practicing strategic cowardice, letting others chip away at your power to avoid a moment's discomfort. Picture a workplace scenario. A colleague takes credit for your work in a meeting. You stay silent, thinking, it's not worth the drama. That's the addiction to peace. Or on a personal level, a friend repeatedly cancels plans, and you brush it off, no big deal. Each time you avoid conflict, you signal that your boundaries are negotiable, your respect optional. Machiavelli argued that power grows in pressure, not calm. In The Prince, he praised leaders like Borgia who thrived in chaos, using tension to expose weaknesses in others while remaining unshaken. In the digital age, this addiction shows up online. Someone posts a passive-aggressive comment about you. You ignore it, hoping it'll blow over. It doesn't. It escalates because you've signaled you won't fight back. The fix: stop making peace your goal. Make power your aim. Enter tension without trying to resolve it. Hold discomfort like a weapon. If a co-worker undermines you, don't laugh it off. Say, "That's not accurate," and let the silence sting. If a friend disrespects your time, call it out. "I expect better." Don't soothe the moment, let others squirm. In online spaces, respond to provocations with a single, sharp line like, "Care to explain?" Then go silent. When you embrace conflict without fear, people stop testing you. They sense you're not afraid of psychological or social violence. You radiate, "I don't need your comfort to thrive." Tactical applications: rewiring your defaults. These weaknesses aren't just thoughts, they're habits wired into your body, your voice, your reactions. Pressure doesn't test your beliefs, it tests your defaults, the automatic signals you send when eyes are on you. Here's how these flaws manifest in everyday life and how Machiavelli would rewire them. Smiling to reduce tension. Smiling is a reflex for most used to disarm, to seem warm, to ease a room's tension. But it's a surrender, signaling, "I'm here to make you feel safe." In a heated debate, Smiling first says, "I'm not." A threat. Machiavelli's fix. Train a neutral face, even under stress. Imagine a boardroom where a rival challenges your idea. Instead of smiling to diffuse, hold their gaze, expression blank. Your silence forces them to break first, revealing their intent. The powerful don't perform comfort, they create space for others to adjust. Practice this next time tension rises. Keep your face still, lips closed, eyes steady. Let the room bend to your calm. Speed of response, fast replies, texting back instantly, agreeing without thinking, validating others' stories, scream obedience. Manipulators thrive on your urgency, knowing they control the tempo. In a group chat, if someone baits you with a snide remark and you reply immediately, you've handed them the rhythm. Machiavelli's fix: slow everything down. Pause before responding, even in person. If a boss asks, "Can you take this on?" don't say, "Sure." Wait, nod, say, "I'll confirm soon." In conversations, let silence thicken before you speak. Slowness signals power. The weak rush. Try this. Delay your next text response by 10 minutes. Watch how the other person's tone shifts, revealing their need for your reaction. Over-clarifying intentions, softening your words. "I didn't mean it like that. I hope that didn't sound harsh," is begging for safety. It shows you fear being misunderstood. Say you set a boundary at work and someone says, "That feels abrupt." If you backtrack, "Oh, I just meant," you've lost the frame. Machiavelli's fix: say less, let it land. If someone asks, "What did you mean?" reply, "Exactly what I said." Let ambiguity work for you. On social media, if someone misinterprets your post, don't clarify or respond with, "That's one way to see it," and move on. They'll overthink, and you'll stay in control. Practice this next time you're questioned. Answer with a question or a vague nod. Let their uncertainty amplify your power. Building strategic opacity in the digital age. Stripping away these weaknesses makes you invisible to predators. But true power isn't just avoiding being prey, it's becoming the one who sets the rules. Machiavelli called this strategic opacity, being hard to read, predict, or move. In a world where most people are emotionally transparent, posting their fears, venting their frustrations, seeking likes, you become a force by being opaque. This is especially crucial in the digital age, where every tweet, post, or comment is a public stage. Oversharing online your struggles, your doubts, your need for validation invites manipulation. A single vulnerable post can signal to trolls or rivals that you're pliable. Machiavelli would never tweet his insecurities or argue in comment sections. He'd post sparingly, each word calculated, each silence deafening. Consider a modern example. A public figure posts a cryptic message, "Big things coming." They don't elaborate, despite followers begging for details. The mystery drives engagement. People speculate, project, obsess. That's strategic opacity. To build it, stop needing anything from others' likes, retweets, approval. Share less, but make what you share count. If you post, let it be sharp, deliberate, leaving room for interpretation. If someone attacks you online, don't engage, let their words echo unanswered. In person, apply the same principle. Walk into a room, say little, observe much. Don't smile to ease tension. Don't rush to fill silences. Don't clarify your motives. People will lower their voices, second-guess their words. Tread lightly. Around your boundaries, not because you're loud, but because you're still. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting their insecurities. You're no longer a target, you're the threat. Historical and modern parallels. Machiavelli drew inspiration from figures like Cesare Borgia, who wielded power not through charm but through calculated unpredictability. Borgia didn't explain his brutal decisions, he let his actions and silences shape his legend. When he executed a disloyal lieutenant, he didn't justify it. He displayed the body publicly, letting fear and mystery do the talking. Today, think of leaders like Elon Musk or Beyoncé. They don't overshare, they drop calculated hints, release sparse statements, and let the world scramble to interpret. Their scarcity creates a gravitational pull. You can do the same. In a meeting, don't volunteer every thought, offer one sharp insight and withdraw. On social media, don't post daily, share once a week, something precise, and let followers chase the meaning. your restraint becomes your power. The final truths, sealing your transformation to lock in this shift from prey to predator, engrave these 3 cold truths into your psyche. Reputation is a weapon, not a mirror. Most people want their reputation to reflect their true self. Machiavelli knew it's a tool to be crafted, not a reflection to be polished. Don't correct false narratives, use them. Seed mystery by revealing less. If a colleague whispers you're too ambitious, don't deny it. Say, I do what's necessary, and let their imagination amplify your aura. Online, if someone labels you arrogant, don't argue, repost their comment with a smirk emoji. Let their words fuel your myth. Your reputation isn't for you, it's for controlling how others respond. The most powerful language is absence. Silence cuts deeper than words. When someone offends you, don't argue, just stare. When they bait you, leave the room. When they seek your favor, stay silent. Absence creates a vacuum where others spiral, overthinking your intent. Imagine a friend disrespects you publicly. Instead of clapping back, withdraw your attention entirely. Don't text, don't call, don't engage. They'll feel the loss more than any retort could inflict. Online, if a troll attacks, don't reply, let their rage drown in your silence. Machiavelli's scalpel is absence, leaving no fingerprints but maximum impact. Power isn't loud, it's chosen. Respect isn't won through loud confidence or grand gestures. It's earned by being selective with words, reactions, presence. Become scarce. Don't attend every meeting. Don't answer every message. Don't share every thought. Make your attention costly. If a co-worker demands your input, say, I'll share when it's relevant. If a follower asks for your opinion online, reply, what's yours first? Your scarcity makes your presence a privilege. In The Prince, Machiavelli praised leaders who appeared only when necessary, their rare appearances carrying the weight of inevitability. The final move, becoming the frame when you've eradicated the need to be understood, the fear of being disliked, and the addiction to peace. You stop reacting. You become the frame, the standard others adjust to, the center of gravity in any room, real or virtual. You don't chase approval, beg for understanding, or flinch at conflict. You're feared, respected, consulted, but rarely understood. Machiavelli didn't want to be known, he wanted to be believed. Dangerous, necessary, unpredictable. That's your goal now. Walk into every interaction online or off as a riddle, a force others can't pin down but can't ignore. Let your silence cut like a blade, your absence loom like a shadow, your restraint reshape the game. Try this today. In your next conversation, pause before answering, hold a neutral face, and say half as much as you want to. If someone pushes your boundaries, don't explain, say, that doesn't work for me, and go silent. On social media, post something vague but sharp, then don't respond to comments. Watch how people react, how they chase your meaning, how they adjust to your presence. You're not just avoiding being prey, you're becoming the predator. The one who sets the tempo, the one who writes the rules. If this hits home, share in the comments. Which weakness have you caught yourself showing, and how will you crush it? Your story could ignite someone else's transformation. Subscribe for more Machiavellian wisdom, and grab my ebook The Art of Power in the pinned comment for tools to master leverage and perception. The next video will dive deeper into tactics for controlling any room, physical or digital, without saying a word. Keep watching, because the more you strip away weakness, the less the world can touch you. You're not just surviving the game, you're rewriting it.